Yeah, I got puppies on my cuff. What of it? What of it? Come at me, bro. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. It's Monday Night Live once again. And yes, look at the little puppies on the cup. I hope you're all well, and I hope you're all having a wonderful Monday night. Hopefully, we're not going to be massively long. We're going to keep this one reasonably short. Got a few bits and bobs to cover, a few things to show you, a few stuff, you know, bits, things happening. So rather than the full 10 minutes up front, I'm just going to go for 5 minutes in a minute, 5 minutes in a minute, of saying hello to people. And then we're going to get stuck into it. We've got some changes going on with the show. We've got some stuff to show you, all that sort of nonsense. But if you're new here and watching this on replay, then just skip forward from this point for the next 5 minutes. That's when we're going to get into the meat and veg. All right, let's say hello to some people in chat and see how we're getting on. There's been a few of you in chat already. Lovely to see Viv in the chat. There, even everyone in chat. Coventry calling, enjoying my Murder Night Skyfall with black currant in it, crack currant in it. Lovely, addicted to both. Nice to see you, Viv. Thanks very much indeed. What else have we got going on in here? I'm just trying to catch up with the chat. There we go. Let me know where you're from and what you're vaping on. Paul Sykes is in. Good evening, Dean from Sheffield. Vaping on my Proton. Still having a bloody good time. Fantastic. We've got Diddy Wright up the road there in Chroma. How you getting on, old baby? Not too bad. Not too bad, you know. On the SQ and D Pro Mini. D Pro Mini rocks, isn't it? I'm rocking mine as well. We've got Craig Denver is rocking a Coolfire Zenith kit. A nice little old kit you got going on there. MTN Tom from the famous MTN coils.co.uk. Go and check him out for some coils. Nice to see you, fella. We've got Neil M and Evelyn Dean from County Durham vaping on my stacked blue endless cleaner. Fantastic. Does she know? Have you told her? We've got Josh Viana. Hi, Dean from Massachusetts. Nice to see you. We've got Raj, Evelyn Dean, and everyone watching today vaping on the Armour Mod and RDA combo. A lovely setup going on there. We've got Stanley. How are we doing, sir? Nice to see you again. Evelyn Dean, even chat. Vaping on the VCM Reborn with the Glacier RDA and Darkstar Striedelmeister. Also enjoying a bottle of lightly tilled Beaujolais. Oh, very nice indeed. Very nice. We've got DNNS 84. Good evening, Dean from the Netherlands. Dave Ape, so do I. Don't worry about it. Steve Clark, there we go. We've got Steve and Helen coming all the way in from Rugby. Lovely to see my favourite couple. Nice to see you. In Rugby using the Freemax Pro mesh tank on top of the Mage 217 with some sticky toffee pudding from Baker's Fog. Fantastic. We've got Dominic Pelosi. Nice to see you, buddy. Vaping on my Cobra with the Evo RDA plus some lovely Vic from that man from Geordieland, Simon McDermott. Fantastic. We've got a bunch of people just saying hello. I'm just throwing things up here. Hey, look, like Legion Vapes is in. And also Justin Bop. Last meet, can't miss with it. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Legion Vapes, there we go. That was the one. Nice to see you. We've got James Whiting is in from Reading, vaping the top side with the Pulse 2. We've got Sergey from Russia. Privyet. There we go. That's about as good as it goes. Cacdala. There we go. That's going on that one. David Chaston, even Dean from Margate and vaping on the E-Leaf IQ i200 with the iSub V on top and some jam on toast. Juice, lovely job. We've got only watching the first 5 minutes. Okey-dokey. We've got John's coming in from Pennsylvania. Lovely to see you. We've got Murray coming in from Eaglesham, vaping Gasmods GR1 on the Lost Vape E Petite Killer Custard. A few other people just saying hi Dean, enjoying the Flav RDA on the Fine Mods Tula Is it Tula? Tula. Bristol, as usual, says Andy Fairchild. Lovely to see you. Half S and Legacy. We've got Kennedy Vindicated 21 Pulse with Pulse 2 RDA, says Batsucker. We've got Southern Indiana Grip Mech with the Apocalypse 24 on top, vaping on some blueberry and cinnamon scone. Nice to know. Thanks for joining us. Vape Star. Evening Dean, hope you're having an awesome day, says Shane. Yes, I'm not bad at all. Thank you very much. Vaping on my Eagle and Falcon with some Gremlin Manchester, says Stephen. Thank you very much indeed. Paul Hewitt is topside with Entheon. We've got the Black Cobra from and Citadel from Pennsylvania with Sick Boy. We've got Evening Aldine vaping on the Rage and Rika. Fantastic. We've got I from Poland, says Dominic. We've got Cody Adams, hey Dean, from Canada. I'm rocking the Hexone with the Profile RDA and Din Lady Orange Tart. Fantastic. I'm not going to get through all of you. So don't get upset if I don't see you. Good evening, sir. Snowing like a bastard in Helsinki. Vindicated still vaping well. We're expecting snow here tomorrow night. We've had a weather warning and all sorts. Lisa is in. Greetings from Houston, Texas. Geek Vape Aegis and Dead Rabbit RTA. Fantastic. We've got Kim Svensson, H Cigar DNA 75 with the Elder Dragon on vaping on homemade Capella custard. I'm from Denmark, Copenhagen. Thank you very much indeed. We've got Snaggletooth in from Sheringham. We've got DNNS84 in here as well. Did I show Snaggletooth? There he is. Nathan Sydenham, he's in here. We've got Daniel. We've got a bunch of people. We've got Joan. Sorry, John. Right, now then, it is. Raj, I'm going to have to scroll through, but Raj, lovely to see so many familiar faces in chat. And this is one of the things that I absolutely adore about you guys that watch the Monday Night Live. It's a really nice little community. Very rarely do we get some knobheads in chat, and I love it, and I thank you all for that one. So there we go. There's no rules. Just don't be a knobhead, and don't promote your stuff without previous okaying, you know? Okie dokie. So hopefully I'm in focus and you can hear me and the sound is all lovely and splendid and, you know, last gulp, I promise. Yes. So hopefully you can see everything and hear everything and it's all good. But no, love the mug. I know, it's cute. It's a button, isn't it? We got it when we moved in here because we needed some cheap ones. But, and just picked that one up and it's got puppies on. So I thought, well, why not rock that on a live show? That seems like a good idea. But no, thank you so much for joining me. Sorry if I've missed you and I haven't had a chance to say hello. But we've got to get into this one. Like I say, I don't want this to go on all night. This is going to be a reasonably short one. I'm aiming for an hour or under. So we'll have to see how we get on. Got a couple of things to show you. A few new bits and bobs that have come in, as well as I've got some channel news and advocacy news. Don't let me forget that. If you carry on watching, don't let me forget channel news and advocacy news, because I'm going to show you new stuff up front. All right? Good. Gravy. Okay then. So let's crack on over to the desk cam. Hello. Let's just move that up. We'll take that up a little bit. Take the ISO up. Boosh. We can see things okay. So I've got a couple of thank yous to get through. First of all, the wonderful David Mottram, Pilgrim Vape Coils, sent me the Gear RTA. I suggested that I'd be interested. Oh, I've got wind now. I'd be interested in giving this Gear RTA a bash. And I'm really, really pleased I've got one. I've got to say, it's bloody lovely. It's a really nice RTA. It's not going to get a review. It's a tank after all. But it is a lovely little tank. Which way do I want it to go? That way for brighter. Bosh. Yeah, I am really, really enjoying using it. I think this is a little sweetheart. I've got the little bubble glass going on the top of there at the moment. Yeah, I think the coil is like a 0.26 or something along those lines. And it's just rocking. I'm not setting the world alight on clouds. I've got the airflow just a hint closed, maybe about a third closed down. And the flavour of this little puppy is really good. I think it looks cute. I mean, it does look a kind of little Michelin Man-ish, you know, because it's like bulbous in places. But no, it's really short. I mean, it's as short as a lot of drippers are these days. You know, have I got a drip here? If I show you a sort of a size comparison to the Goon, for instance, we're looking at sort of not at the Goon. Whoops! Don't tell him. The Goat. You can see that we're not looking at a much different size comparison going on there. Much difference in size, rather. And it's lovely. I really enjoy it. It's a little bit loud. But it's a lovely little RTA. It's great, and it was a doddle to build. It was super easy to build, so that was very surprised and thankful to David for getting me that. So thank you very much, David. I don't think you're here in chat yet, but very kind indeed. I think OFRF, who make it, are they an offshoot of Watofo? I can't remember. I don't know. But whatever, it's a nice little RTA. Don't care where it comes from. It's a nice little RTA. Now then, something else that David did send me as well. Where's the focus point? There we go. That'll do. Is this Paradox RTA from Vandy? No, it's an RDA from Vandy Vape. And it's this is a little thing. This is, I mean, obviously I've got it on top of my Squid Industries double barrel 2.1 at the moment, and this I am very surprised at this little flavour banger. It's a little single coiler, and I've got a single coil kicking off in there at the moment, but no, it's I'll tell you, this is one of the smoothest airflows. It's a very restricted airflow. I know you can't see it in this light, but there's two little holes either side of that juicy airflow hole right there. And those two little holes, and there's a little channel connecting them, go through the posts, and that's what you get. Now, when you have a little vape on this puppy, it's really smooth. And I mean stupid smooth. Really, hey, Mottram's inlet. See, he's like that horror film character that you say his name. He's Beetlejuice. He's Beetlejuice. I was thinking of someone else, but Beetlejuice will do. But no, it's really smooth. I think it is a little bit tall for like a hardcore flavour banger. But like I said to the patrons, or I agreed with my patrons when I unboxed them the other day, that it's going to, or when I built this yesterday actually, that I think this one is going to be super relevant to how high you build your coil. So I've got to put another coil in here. I've got to make some more wire first, but I've got to put another coil in here and raise it up a little. Oh, raise me up a little bit, just so we can get a little bit more air directly underneath it, and see how that goes. But no, really smooth, and it does look the tits on top of this here Squid Industries double barrel, don't you think? I think that looks awesome. So there we go. There you go. That's that. So that's something else to show you. Now then, while we're down on this table cam, a couple of other things to show you. We got this one. This is the Plexar kit that came in from Imac. Now, with this, we've got sort of mesh coils going on in the top there. Honking great big hole, honking great big inner diameter going on the inside of these mesh coils. So straight up, I'm not really a huge fan of that. DMS A4 Vaping Baker is the 510 or 8 ton on the Paradox. It does have this. The Paradox does have an 810, but I'm using the 510 drip tip that comes with it, as well as the 510 adapter, purely because it's such a restricted airflow. Having a hoof and great hole out the top of it, it just doesn't balance itself out. And there's something that we can talk about now, because sorry, Sandy, that's all right. It's okay. Because one of the things that I'm a great believer of is balancing the air in with the air out, and having kind of a very restricted air in. Once you put like an 810 wide bore drip tip on the top of it, it's not right. It feels more restricted than it is because of the way your mouth is formed when you're breathing in. Whereas if you're putting a 510 drip tip on it, it's a different sucking process. So your mouth is a lot there's no way I can do this without looking dirty. Your mouth is smaller, and it sort of the area it just sorts itself out. Does anyone know what I mean? Does anyone understand what I'm saying? Restricted airflow with an 810, rubbish. Restricted airflow with a 510, lovely. That kind of works out. Anyway, let's get back to what I was saying, shall we? So yeah, that's the drip tip. Sorry about my hot and sweaty hands going on. That's the drip tip that I've got on there now, just because I think that is much better than having the big fat one. Now then, yes, so the Plexar kit. So we've got honking great big coils. I mean, you can see how much of the inside of that tank is being taken up by that coil, and that's a lot of space being taken up right there. And for this kind of kit, I just don't think that's necessary. However, that being said, one of the things that really frustrates me about this, there's two things that really frustrate me about this mod. This is 18650 or 2700, but you can put some 21700s in. You can't put a thickly wrapped 21700 in here though. Be aware of that one. But yeah, so 2700, 18650. But we've got this really nice kind of colouring going on. I love this green. I think it looks awesome. And then we've got the nice green on the tank. But then we've got that silly old 510 at the top there. And we've got, can you see there, we've still got the air holes in the top of this 510. Like we're talking about atomizers back from years ago. Do we need these air holes in it anymore? I mean, just having the one either side, I'm thinking that it's not to stop the atomizer getting stuck on top at all. It's just I just don't see the need for that. And so that's a thing. But also we've got these lovely colours, and it just looks wrong, doesn't it? It looks like things don't fit, because the silver sort of ring of the 510 is just a hair smaller. If I sort of zoom in like a good one, and then we'll get the focus right. Oh, look at that. That was reasonably quick for a change. You can see that it looks like it overhangs, and this is the tank that goes on the kit, and that just looks horrid to me. That really does look horrid. So yeah, that doesn't work for me. And the other thing on this back end, on this back end going on right here, it just seems like the paintwork is super thin. Do you see that on the battery cap? It just seems like that paintwork in areas is super thin, and I don't think this is going to last overly well with sort of continued usage. The actual tube itself is really light, and it does fit. It's not kind of Inikin's normal level of quality, in my humble opinion. It's just, it feels like a sort of a super thin kind of tin kind of vibe going on. So yeah, I mean, someone's saying there, Raj is saying proper old school. Yeah, absolutely. And so I think I can kind of get where they were going with this one, but yeah, I'm not really into it, to be honest with you. We've got a nice lighty uppy button to tell us what we're up to, as you'd expect from Inikin. I just think they missed a trick by having an exposed 510 on the top and sort of possibly some thin paintwork. This only came in earlier in the week, but you can see here that's not looking too clever, and that's just from being in the box and on my desk. So meh. There we go. So that's that one. Now then, what else we have got, and I've stuck it on top of one of these bloody Sigelli mods because it was worryingly matchy, is an iSub-B tank, and this one has one of their new mesh coils going on in here as well. And I've got to say, this tank, for a little, I used to like the Inikin. Where's the focus point? There it is. I used to like the old Inikin tanks, and this one is pretty decent. It's got a mesh coil in. It's a much thinner ID than on the other one that I just showed you, but this one is not too shabby. It's not too bad at all. Although I think due to the massive temperature change in my house, it dumped out all of its e-liquid overnight last night, which is a bit of a nightmare. But that's, I'll keep having a test on that one, and I'll let you know in future Monday night lives how we get on. But no, that is out of the two tanks, the new Plexar tank or the iSub-B. The iSub-B wins it for me, hands down. So there we go. That's those puppies. Now, and airflow on them is it's quite airy for an iSub. Why am I looking at that? That's my that's my Patreon streaming camera. I'm so used to looking at that one. Idiot. Anyway, yeah. So the iSub B is not bad. It's not bad. The airflow on this big one here is, as you would expect, huge. Shall I turn it on? They work better that way. Huge airflow, and this has got one of those kind of wood pulp coils going on, and it tastes weird. Straight off the bat, it tastes weird. So it needs breaking in. I mean, I haven't gone through my first tank on this one yet, so I've not really given it the chance to break in. But it's got a really kind of taste to it straight off the bat, and I'm not a huge fan. Not a huge fan of that flavour. But there you go. Now then, this came into me today, and I am very excited about this one. Now, let me tell you a little bit of a backstory about this one. The company got in contact, and they said, do you want to review this? I'm sure they've done it to pretty much every reviewer out there. And I said, well, it looks very cool. It looks very nice, but it's very reminiscent of a number of other mods. So I am not 100% sure that it's not a clone. However, if you want to send it across, I'll show it to the world and we'll have a little chat about it. And if the hive mind of the big wide world can say, yes, this is a direct clone of such and such, then it won't get a review. However, if it's not a clone, then it will get a review. And so far, I don't think this is a clone. This is very similar to a couple of other mods, but it's certainly not a clone to the ones that I'm aware of at this point. And because of that, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the BD Vape, which is like the high-end brand of Fumitech. Look at that. I'm going to do an artistic focus pull. Ready? That's going the wrong way. But yes, so the sort of the higher end bit of Fumitech, and this straight away. Should we turn it down a little bit so it stops blowing it out? There we go. Is, I think, a really, really nice looking mod. We've got a Delrin body going on, and it's got kind of a matte finish. It's been blasted. It's been blasted with something. Can't remember what it's been blasted with, but it kind of has this kind of matte feel going on, and with that matte feel, it feels like if they made a mod out of a Mint Imperial, I imagine it would feel like this. You kind of want to lick it. But let me tell you a couple more things about it. Let's have a little zoom in, and so we can have a little bit of a closer look. We'll brighten that up a wee bit as well. I've got a D Pro Mini sitting on top of there at the moment. Now, this is rocking in at about €100. Now, currently, this is available. The only place this is available is in France at www.taklope, taklope.com. I'm going to put that in chat, actually. That's what I'm going to do. Let's put that in chat. But there we go. So there we go. That's that one. Now, it certainly has a kind of a G-Prov, Limelight kind of inspired kind of thing going on. But this isn't, as far as I can tell, this is not a direct copy. And because of that, so far, I've got to say, I think it is really well made. This is proper mechanical, which is something that I'm very happy about. You know, I get a little bit funky about it. We're not going to get into this whole discussion this evening about kind of what makes a full mech and what doesn't. You guys know my opinion of if it's got a solder point. There's a point of voltage drop. There's a point of breakage. There's a weak point. If it hasn't got a solder point, then it's mech. That's my opinion. You have yours. Fine and dandy. You're not going to change my mind. Anyway, yeah, this is a full mech. This also has a funky little thing going on with the bottle. So we give that a little squeeze out like that. Out it comes. Now then, to fill the bottle up, what you're doing is you're just taking the top of that out, and then you've got a nice little fill area there, so you can bang that down on the desk and get your juice and just hoss it in there. And that makes life super easy. It's a mess-free kind of experience. And I think this does hold a very large amount of juice as well. I will have to double check. I thought I read somewhere that it was like 10 mil of juice that it holds, but I don't think it's 10 mil. It could be. But once you're done, you've got an O-ring on the inside of this here cap going on right here. You've got an O-ring on the inside of this bit as well. So when you pop that in there, push that down, and then bosh, that's then sealed, which I think is great. Take your little gadget out again, posh it in like that, lock it up, and wallop, done. That's your juice filled up. Nice little size juice window. Now the only thing that I think is my least favourite bit about this mod, and it's literally at this point the only thing that I can kind of throw at it that I'm not a massive fan of, is it has a metal tube on the inside. Now, personally, when it comes to metal tubes on the inside of silicone squonk bottles, you can feel them really easily. When you squonk, you can feel it. And so I'm not a huge fan. I know it doesn't bother some people, but personally, I'm not a huge fan. And so because of that, it's that's my only sort of niggle on that one. Holds what battery size? It is 18650. Now then, let me show you a size comparison to some other mods and even to a battery to kind of give you an idea about where we're standing on this one, because it is a very small mod. Let me just find my focus. Bosh, there we go. So that is the that's the thing. Hang on, let me just get an 18650 battery, and there we go with an 18650 battery. So we are. I mean, it's little. It's a little tiny little mod. There's a little bit of kind of width to it. What can I show a comparison to? What can I show? I've got a Basium here. It is a wee bit wider than a Basium. Just a wee bit. You can see there, but I mean, you know, it's a little bit shorter, and this was one of the shortest, if not the shortest, dual battery regulated mods of last year. So at 79, 80 mil, I think it was. I can't remember. But there we go. This is little. I mean, it fits in the hand, lovely, and it's because it's got a side firing button. It's nice and easy to get into. So I'm very, very happy with this one. Now, then, when it comes to the battery, and this is something else that I like. Like I mentioned, it is fully mechanical, which is great. So I'm just going to pop the battery out like that, and in fact, what I'll do is I'll take out the squonk bottle as well, so I can show you what's going on up in here, as they say. Right, okay, brighten her up a bit. There we go. Right, so we've got the contact going on down the bottom here. So when you press the button, the ultimate button going on right there, that pushes the little contact going on there, and it makes contact. Feeling that? Feeling that? So that's cool. We've got the positive going on right up the top there, and we've got the solid strip that goes along to the 510 going on right there. I imagine, based on the look of this one, they probably, thinking about it, probably going for a positive down. But no, positive up, actually, positive up by the looks of it. But no, all in all, I think it's pretty damn sweet. So popping it back together again. Once again, we're gonna flick that little puppy out there, squeeze it round, in, battery in, and then Dominic, you're cheeky. I've got that the wrong way around for a start. I did do it when I unboxed this for my patrons early on today. I did do an interesting little thing where I thought I'll put the D Pro Mini on top of that one. But the one I wanted didn't have the squonk pin in, so I took the squonk pin out of one that I didn't want to use, and built it. I still managed to put the wrong one on the fucking mod. Anyway, there we go. That is that, and all in all, for the price that this is coming in at. This is coming in at €100. So it's a little bit cheaper in the UK. I don't know. They're still looking for distro in the States and in the UK, but that should be happening soon. And that RDA is dripped because I was bending it over. Have you had it almost long enough for a full review? No, DNS84. I've only had it today. So I need to give it a full good old spanking. It looks as though the contacts look to be gold plated. So we haven't got silver contacts, but gold plated. The only other thing that I'm possibly not 100% sold on is the fact that we've got, if I focus in on here, we have kind of a bead blasted kind of finish on this tube as well. Now, it does mean that you don't get the fingerprints like you would do if it was a polished tube. Don't really know how I feel about that, but certainly doesn't change the way it works. And also it means that I can squonk with it here, and I can fire it with the heel of my thumb without any issues. Boom! Some of those apples. How to clean the contacts? You get some spares in the package, so you must be able to take it apart fairly easily. I've not done it yet. Like I said, only got it in today, so I've not had a play with it. By the way, if you do hear snoring in the background, I've got a sleeping pooch down in here. Do you want to see her? Do you want to see her? There we go. I'm gonna do a Todd and try and get some extra views because there's a dog in there. Look. There she is. Look. Snoring a little face off. Anyway, oh shit, dropping everything, but that'll just have to stay there. So anyway, if you got any questions about that, let me know. Like I said, I've not had a chance to fully use it yet, but so far it just fits really nicely in the hand. I like the fact that it's a thumb fire. I like that it's fully mechanical. That makes me happy. When it comes to things like the Limelight, I loved my Limelight mod, and I've still got it. My left thumb can press down in that way, but my right thumb can't because it's buggered with arthritis. So with this one, having that side firing just makes life a lot easier for me. And once you've got juice and a battery in there as well, it feels really solid. It just does. And like I say, it feels like it's a Mint Imperial. But I really, really like using it. Colour and materials options. At the moment, we've only got this white Delrin going on. There aren't any other options quite yet. There may be in the future. Who knows? But at the moment, no. That is your lot. Is there anything I should know about that one that I should tell you? Delrin FOP and T6 sandblasted aluminium. Alloy 7075 used in aeronautics. Provides lightness and unique soft feel. Well, there we go. There's information there. Why does After Effects sometimes hang and crash when trying to set? I have no idea. I don't use After Effects. I do everything in Final Cut Pro, pretty much, unless I have to do like a picture editing in Affinity. What else have we got? Is it Delrin? Yes, it's Delrin. There we go. Right. So, if you've got any other questions about this, try and hold them out until the end, and then I will pay attention. If I miss it, I'm not telling you that you have to super chat, but that does help me see a question a little bit more. But we're getting thumbs down all over the place tonight. Anyway. Right, so I am enjoying using this for 100. I think this for €100. I think this is pretty damn sweet. Now, obviously, there's been people that have commented on my social media post from earlier today about this and said various bits and bobs. Of course, there's cheaper squonkers out there. Of course, there is. But this, I really think The BD vape side of things is, I was speaking to the designer today, and their idea is to get kind of a high-end mod, which is, I mean, you know, these are reasonably mass-produced. It's a French company. Fumitech is a French company, but it's manufactured in China. So it is a sort of not hugely mass-produced like a Vandy vape product, for instance, but it is largely produced. So It's not really high end, but it certainly gives that kind of high end feel, if you like. It feels solid, lovely material. It looks the tits, and yeah, I'm all over it. I think it's great. Honestly, if you had sent me this and said that it was a posh mod, I would not have been surprised. I would not have been surprised at all. So let's move forward from me gushing about that. Like I said, I've only had it for a day. Well, I haven't even had it for a full day yet. So I've only had it since earlier today. So I will test the crap out of that. And as long as we don't get any sort of direct copies, which I don't think we're going to, then it will get a review. So just because I'm quite shocked at how good it is, to be honest. Now then, what else? What else? I made some juice. That was nice. I got a new sample box coming tomorrow, I think. So that's nice. I'll tell you about that on the next one. So, channel news. Channel news. Now then, when it comes to channel news, I posted a poll. That's the word, on my community tab on my channel last week, and I asked you all to go and vote. A few of you did, so thank you so much for doing that. About asking whether you wanted to see continue with Monday Night Live every Monday night, or skip a Monday. So sort of Monday on, Monday off, Monday on, Monday off, that kind of vibe, or like the second and fourth Monday of the week of the month, or something along those lines. First and third, that kind of vibe. Do you know what I mean? And a bunch of you actually said, yep, fine, 2 is fine. Because the reason I'm asking about that one is because as much as I love speaking to you guys, and I really, really do, I'm really passionate about getting some more videos out again. I mean, the Widowmaker RDA that hopefully you've seen on the channel, that actually took me 3 days to do. And that was mainly because I was filming it. I didn't get the shots that I wanted. And then the second day I was filming stuff again, and then filmed everything in completely the wrong frame rate, which I didn't realise until I got into editing, because I'm an idiot. And then, it was just a nightmare. So I'd hoped to get 2 product reviews out this week, but these things happen. So on the weeks where I'm only doing, I'm not doing a Monday Night Live, the idea is to get at least 2 reviews out. Maybe more if I do a live one as well, or 2 reviews and a something video, a video that is either a tutorial or something helpful. That's the plan. And I said that I'm going to do the video about recording a review with a smartphone. I've already got that planned out as well, which is all great. And that's going to happen. The goat was supposed to get done this week, and I've written the script out for a little thing that I'm going to be doing in that one. But I just haven't had time. And I can't sit at my desk for 9-10 hours a day because my little back won't cope with it anymore. So I'm trying to get a new chair. Anyone got a Herman Miller M-Body? Does it creak? Let me know. If you've got a Herman Miller M-Body, does it creak? I need to know the answer to that. But yeah, so I think based on what people have said, my idea is I'm going to do like the first and third Monday of the month rather. I'm going to have to make sure that I'm on top of my game when it comes to letting you know when it's happening. And so make sure with the channel you are subscribed and you have the little bell come on, because what I'll try and do is I'll make sure that what's it called? Not a preview. But basically it comes up and it kind of tells you, oh, tomorrow this is happening. Do you know what I mean? To give you a reminder of that one. Plus, I'll make sure that I post it on Instagram stories, on Twitter, and on the Facebook page as well. But that's going to mean that I'll be able to do more reviews, and that is something that I'm very, very excited about. Now, the only thing that will change that is if I have a special guest that can only do a certain night, and then that way you'll only get it on that one. Legion only for I don't do scripts for reviews, but I do them for occasionally, once in a blue moon, if there's something that I want to do or say or whatever. I even plan. I've got loads of pages of notes about the kind of shots that I'm gonna record and all that sort of stuff as well. So shit happens. But yes, so the idea is first and third of the month, which will start next week. because it's the first Monday in February, unless we've got a special guest that can sort of do the second or fourth, whatever. And I'll make sure that I do as much notifications as I can. So please make sure that you're on either the Facebook group or Instagram or Twitter. You're following me on one of those things, and that way it will you'll be up to speed with it. Do you know what I mean? And it's just going to mean that I'm going to be able to do more, because I want to do more, but sadly the physical state means that I can't. And even after a sort of a late night with a sort of a 10:30 finish on a Monday night live, I'm still amped. I'm still a bit wired for when we finish. And so it takes me an hour or two to calm down, and then when I do go to bed, super late, and then it wipes me out on Tuesday. If you're a spoonie, you'll know what I mean. But there you go. So that's what's going to happen. I think it might affect my viewing figures, and they're going to go down. But hopefully, those of you that are subscribed to the channel and enjoy the stuff will see the notifications, still be on board, and all of that kind of jazz. All right, good, excellent. Let me have a sip of water. Hang on. So there we go. Happy with that? Whew. Okay, now then, what else did I want to say? There was something else. Advocacy. So I wanted to do something. I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. Now then, I've got to preface this with as much as obviously everybody's different. Obviously, everybody has their own look, and looks don't matter, and all this sort of nonsense. And that's the thing. We know that, all right? So, I'm not doing that. However, when it comes to vaping to the general public, a lot of the time does have a general pretty rough kind of image. A lot of the public think that we're tattooed, beardy, which is right, but tattooed and beardy, cloud-chucking monsters that go around in ripped jeans and lumberjack shirts, or whatever hipster clothes people wear these days. Do you know what I mean? I have noticed the irony of what I've just said, by the way. But what I want to do is I want to do like just a 2-minute short, sharp hit kind of pro advocacy kind of video, and that is going to be with you guys, and I want your help for this one, because we have the image of, and if you look at all of all the reviewers and stuff, we're all kind of nice and casual, because why the fuck not? But what I want people suited and booted. I want people in their work clothes. I want people in kind of in their Sunday best. It doesn't have to be a shirt and tie, but it is a smart look. Not looking like you've just stepped out of bed. And what I want is an email. With an email. I want you to email me a video or a link to your Dropbox or your Google Drive or whatever else, just of a few seconds of you saying these things. I want you to say your name. I want you to say how long you've been vaping, the flavour that helped you quit tobacco, and how you feel as a result. Now, when it comes to your name, obviously you don't have to say your surname and stuff. You can just go, all right, I'm Dean. But all I want you to do is get your phone out, do a little selfie, and just say, my name's Dean. I've been vaping for 10 years. The flavour that helped me quit tobacco was apple crumble, and I feel so much better. I can play with the kids. I can walk upstairs. I've got more access to life than I had before, thanks to vaping. That's it. Simple as that. So it's only a few seconds, but the more people that you can do that, that would be fantastic, because what I want to do is I want to compile just a bunch of you. If you can also add, in fact, I should probably add something to there. Hold on. I am going to put a number 5. Look, I'm going to put a number 5. 5, Bush. It's okay to use your video in my video. Bosh, some of those apples. So yeah, that's what I want. Okay, so I know people in all walks of life vape. I know people look how they look, and it makes no bloody difference. What I want to do though is I just want to sort of challenge some perceptions. I want to challenge some ideas of what vaping is all about. I want to challenge the idea that we're not all kind of, you know, monsters that that kind of all just look a bit funny and look a bit strange and do this sort of stuff. I don't care what you vape, but I'm just thinking about the optics. And then if we've got a 2-minute video that is I'll do it just like a text introduction, and then I'll put something some stats I'll write on the back end of it just in text. You won't see my face going on in there at all, and I just want to pull that all together with the tagline of something like, you know, vaping isn't just for hipsters or something. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but I'm going to make it non-offensive, and I want to make it something that's shareable around social media. So once we do something like that, you can throw that out there to all of you people that all of the people that you know that think that we're all bloody nightmares. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully you get it. Hopefully you understand where I'm coming from, and hopefully you'll take part. Like I say, all I want to do is like make a 1.5 minute, 2-minute video of just a bunch of people. But I need more than 5 or 10 people to make that happen, you know? So once again, suited and booted, or, you know, just looking smart, hair nice, trim, beard, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Just don't look like don't look like I look right now. All right. So that's what I want to do. And I just want to do it as a way of challenging perceptions, challenging the optics of vaping and how we're perceived by the general public that aren't vapers, that don't know us, that don't know someone who vapes, and all that sort of stuff. You get me? It's not something, I mean, we might do another one later, depending on the reception of this one. It would be cool to do one with kind of older people, you know, and it would be cool to do one with kind of a wider variety of individuals. That would be splendid. But to be honest with you, let's not run before we can walk, eh? So there we go. So what I want you to do is do that, and I've got to edit it again. Look, I've got to edit it again. I want you to edit me send me the send to there we go, bosh. So yes, I want you to send me the video, or I want you to send me the link to your Google or Dropbox or whatever else to info@vapingbiker.co.uk. All right, so only a few seconds. Lovely old job. Do we need to say you have permission to use the video? Yes, that's number 5 on the list there, Simon. So yes, please. I want you to tell me that it's okay. All right. If you don't say it's okay, then I won't use you. Simple as that. So it'll be a wasted experience for both of us. And no, we don't want that, do we? We don't need that sort of nonsense in our lives. So yeah, that's where I'm going. So tidy, those things on the screen, right there. Look. Hey, what? And we'll get it done. Let's just try and do something different. Let's try and do something to enhance the image we have as vapors. And like I say, it's not going to have my kind of rambling face going on it. It's just going to be something that I just want to throw together and look good. All right. So once again, number 1, your name. This is what you got to say in the video. Your name. And all that's got to be, you can do your first or both names. I don't care. But don't say, all right, my name's Dung Beetle. That's not going to help. How long you've been vaping, the flavour that helped you quit tobacco, and how you feel. You can say in the video that it's okay to use your video in my video if you want to. That's fine. Or just stick it in the email just to give me your permission to use it. All right. And then send that email. You can record it on your phone, upload it, or send it directly from your phone. Send it to info@vapingbiker.co.uk. All right. Gravy. So if you need, so it's okay. It's okay to, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm saying. You're all bright, intelligent people. So that's it. You can screenshot that if you need to, but I'm going to turn that text off because we are about to start finishing up after a few questions. So get your questions in, start them with @VapingBiker, put them in capital letters if you can, just so I can read them. If you've got any questions about anything we've talked about tonight, or indeed anything else. All right, gravy. Right, I'm going to turn that off now because it stops my stops your view of my very pretty face. How long you've smoked for? Absolutely, throw that in there as well. Crack on with it. Yeah, definitely. That's fine. Yeah. Just, you know where I'm going with this, okay? So I don't want a life story. I just want, 5-10 seconds of you saying stuff, good stuff, positive stuff, because then we're going to throw that out to the big wide world. All right? All righty. But yeah, I just think it kind of, I'm a huge proponent of beards and tattoos and stuff. Obviously, I work from home, so I'm pretty much always in my relaxed clothes. But that does mean that when I went to work, I used to wear a shirt and tie. That was fine. Still the same person, but that's what I did. You'll have to go back, LB Vapes, but it's for an advocacy video I'm going to be doing. All right, but if you rewind that, we're going to be finishing shortly anyway, so you haven't got long to wait. But thank you very much for coming in. So no, it's just something. Why you quit smoking? Yeah, if you want to, Grant. Like I say, just the stuff that's important to you. As long as those things that I've mentioned are definitely in there, that's the main bit of information that I want. If you want to add some other bits and pieces like how long you've been smoking or how long you were smoking or, why you wanted to quit or whatever else, brilliant, crack on. We're looking at putting information together to educate non-vapors, smokers, people that have just seen kind of, the dodgy advertising or whatever else, and I want it to be transferable so it can go kind of anywhere in the world. So I'd really like to get kind of UK and well, people from all over the world involved in this one, ideally. But the key is to give that nice, smart look, because that smart image, that professional image is what would be a different type of view on vaping, a different style of optics, if you like. All right. So once again, I'm not kind of saying that people that wear lumberjack shirts and sleeveless t-shirts or whatever else, there's anything wrong with that. I do. But what I'm saying is the point of this video is to challenge the stereotypes. It's to challenge what people think are vapors. You get me? So, right, and you're always in your dressing gown. Hey, Viv, I only did one in my dressing gown this morning to you guys over on the Patreon page. What we got then? So let's have a little look and see who's tagged me in stuff. We've got Raj just having a good old giggle there. Let's have a little look going on here. I'm thinking not so much. Right, Richard D. Cresswell, do you think it's a good mod for someone to start vaping as I'm trying to get my girlfriend to stop smoking? Which mod are we talking about now, Richard? You're going to have to let me know, buddy. What else have we got going on in here? Also, I know we all vape and we love it and the community, but don't vape in the video. I mean, you can do, Simon, but I wouldn't suggest blowing big, thick clouds. I think if you're doing kind of like a mouth to lung or like a little wisp or something, then crack on. And it's good to see that people have a mod and not a jewel or not nothing like that. So, I think it's good to show that you are a vapor, but yeah, you don't have to. Just no big, thick clouds, I think. Right, what have we got going on here? Cuz Steve, a quick request for this as a separate video on YouTube. Maybe help your cause here, Dean, with a link to the... What? A quick request for this as a separate video on YouTube may help your cause here, Dean, with a link to this live video, maybe. I don't understand what we're talking about. I'm going to agree with you, but I don't understand what you're talking about. Tim Baxter just caught it even though you didn't use uppercase. Have you tried the Ardent RDA for the Dreamer Hybrid? Yes, I think talked about this last week. I've got that sitting on top of my Dreamer at the moment, and it's great. It's really, really good. Legion Vapes. Hey, you know. Dominic, are you going to come to the Hall of Vape this year? I think it's about time you went to Germany. I would love to, Dominic. I just can't afford to, my friend. I would absolutely love to. Can't afford it, so that's not happening, my friend. What have we got going on now? What would you recommend for an upgrade on Wismec Gen 3 and RTA? To be honest with you, Phil, it depends what kind of vape you want to go for. There's so many. There are so many. And also, let's not forget that if you're happy with that setup, you don't need to upgrade it. You know, there's so many to choose from. But if you're happy with what you got, stick with it. Unless something catches your eye, stick with what you got. Anthony, contact who is it? Dovpo. info@dovpoesig.com. Let them know, my friend. Can you put up the screenshots again so we can do a screen? Even though I said take a screenshot of this, I will do that for you because that's the kind of guy I am. Right, here we go. Where are we? There we go. Some of those apples. Take a screenshot now. I'm going to do that. Look. Oh. Alrighty? Alrighty? Oh, yes. Right, good. So, that's those apples. You got it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's gone. Do a vape bike here. Do 2 minutes without asking if you want a photo. Oh, yeah, I can do. But, you know, I'm kind of covering it in this video, aren't I? Am I not being clear? Am I rambling too much? Do I need to be succinct and say it once again? I might be. I'm not saying that in a pissy way. I ramble. I know that. What else have we got? Sorry about the BD vape on the show. The BD vape one. No, I mean I wouldn't have thought this is a beginner. This is not a beginner device. This is a mechanical mod, and a beginner shouldn't go onto a mech. In my humble opinion, there's plenty of regulated devices that look fantastic out there. It was a beginner, was it? I'm just trying to scroll through the questions. I can't see what the question was. But if you were asking about beginner, no, a mech mod's not really a beginner kit. Right. What juice did you make? I made a. What did I make? That is a good question. It's pineapple, strawberry. I think there's strawberry in there. Some coulada, some coconut, and some stuff. And it was nice. It's nice. Touch on the throaty side, but no, it's nice. Cuz Steve, yeah, I get what you're saying. If I just did a separate video, then that could be shared around loads of different groups, and then I'd just be inundated with hundreds of bloody things, and then it'll be a nightmare. So I'm going to start off with you guys. If I can't get as many as I need, then I will do a separate video. How does that sound? Is that all right? Right. Yas has just joined. Okie dokie. Man says, Alex, Dean is low. Keep buying new stuff constantly. Absolutely. Have you got any 18350 mods yet? I've got some old school 18350 mods, but I'm not really an 18350 kind of guy. The smallest I go is an 18650. It boggles my mind all the time that Mr. Todd is a great big ogre of a man with massive great hands, and he likes these dinky little mods, dinky tiny wee little mods. And I like, this is about as small as I'm happy going, to be honest with you. I don't really like teeny tiny mods. They just don't do it for me. So, no, I'm not going to be going for the 18350s, although there is a big old push on those at the moment, isn't there? Christopher, there isn't one. It's all dependent on how you vape, how much you want to spend, how much airflow, single coil, dual coil. So there isn't one. There's so many on the market now are great. Very few of them are crap with flavour or, just not very good. So the majority of them are pretty damn good. Now is the best time we've ever had for vaping for choice of equipment. So, yeah, there we go. Do you think the vaping market is repeating itself with the release of mouth to lung and 22mm devices? I think there is a certain level of repetition, Grant, but I think we've learned a lot over the last kind of 4 or 5 years, and it's meant that when we do these types of devices, we can do them better. And also, we can do them cheaper. So more people have access to a wide range of stuff, much like I was saying a minute ago. I think it's great. I don't think... It's like fashion, isn't it? Everything goes... It's not circular. Orbital? No. It comes round. It comes round again. So, you know, bell bottoms will be back again soon. What are the chances of bringing out another version of the Basium, either a DNA version or a 21700? None currently, none at the moment. What else have we got? David Mottram, you're a bell end. Right, I'm just looking for anyone else that's put stuff in uppercase so I can see it. Yes, so there we go. And also another reason why I kind of wanted to go with by mentioning the thing on a Monday Night Live is because I wanted you guys are the people that kind of get involved every week, and you're here watching, and I really, really appreciate it. And sometimes we all like to sort of show ourselves on you know, it's nice to see us on camera or on YouTube or whatever else. So I thought it might be a fun thing as well as a sort of a serious reason. Do you get me? So yeah, this is why I want to go with you guys. So, what else have we got? Jim from York, single coil or dual coil? To be honest with you, Jim, I prefer single coils these days. I really do. I really do like a single coil. I like the fact that I can rock a single coil. I can get decent cloud from it, decent flavour. I can go at like a 0.23, 0.25, something along those lines. Hello, Fanny. She's up and having a wander around. You can do all of these sort of things, and it just means that you get better battery life. You don't go through juices quickly. And I'm not in a cloud comp every day. Something like this is working marvellously for me. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I like single coils. What else have we got? What are bell bombs? Anything else? You straight up have the best lives in terms of vape channels. So much more interactive. Thank you very much, Darklight. That's very kind of you. I try to, like I said, I don't have to have thousands of people watching. I like the groups of people that we get. I love doing live streams. I do live streams regularly for the patrons when I'm unboxing stuff, and I love doing that because it's a really tight-knit little group of people that all help each other, and that is just sort of expanded a little bit when I come to do the Monday Night Lives. You guys rock. You really do. You're always really polite, and you help each other out, and if I miss a question, quite a lot of the time other people will answer them as well. So I really appreciate every one of you for how great this is. And I know I can't get everybody in these videos, but I try and get as many as I can without having loads of dead air and looking at it and going, and all that sort of nonsense, you know, because that bugs me. That bugs me when there's silence. No, I'm not good with that. Not good with that. I'm great with silence when I'm questioning someone, when I've got to get answers out of them. But when it comes to me live streaming on my own, silence freaks me out. It really does. So there we go. Raj, I don't know the answer to that question, I'm afraid. I don't know who does that one. Since you're talking single coil, recurve or drop solo, what are your thoughts? To be honest with you, I think that the recurve just edges it on flavour just a wee bit. But that's that, and I really like that airflow. That's my opinion. Dean, what have you done with Mr. Todd? I beat him senselessly, and highlighted the fact that while he may be an international vape superstar with many years of reputation behind him, I am number one. So I just had to show him that. So I went up to Scotland, beat him with a bat, and then he doesn't talk about it. But there we go. But no, in all seriousness, he has a life. Oh, hello. There's a dog there, look. Where is she? Can you see her? Sunny. What are you doing? Come here. Hey, Sanny, 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 Sanny. Hey, here. Hey. Ow. Come here. No, you just want to go. Fair enough. Okie dokie. Right. So, and with with that on the cards, I think we're pretty much a good time to make a move forward. Right. Good. So, anyone else? Told you're a villain. Nice to see you though. Smooth or crunchy peanut butter? Ooh, tough one. Tough one. Smooth in cakes, crunchy on sandwiches. There we go. Right, I think we are good to go. Make sure you want to dig through the laundry basket and make a few. I don't know what that's all about. But, all right, Sammy. Okay, so on that note, I said that I wanted to keep this nice and short, so thank you so much. Once again, just to highlight this one, in order to change the optics, feel free to go back into the video and check out what I said. But what I'm looking for is I'm looking for suited and booted, tidy, posh looking, you know, you're dressed up, you're looking very respectable. Just get your camera phone out, record a little 5-10 second video saying those things. You can add how long you smoked, you can add if there is a reason for giving up smoking, you can do all of that sort of stuff. Then send me an email to info@vapingbiker, let me know that it's okay. Oh, she's back. That it's okay to use the video in one of my videos, and I'm going to put a compilation of you guys together as a positive, shareable, change of optics, advocacy kind of video. Do you get me? Go back, if you go back in this video, if you want to find out more, but that's my hope, and I do hope you do get involved. Like I said, I'm not dismissing anyone that isn't dressed up in a suit and jacket or you know, looking smart, but what I'm looking to do is have a different spin on the optics that vaping currently possesses. You with me? Good. Right. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I think Simon Ford, do you feel that 18650s will always have a place in vaping? Yes, I do. Holt, thank you. No problem. Vaping biker, you've seen my hair tie. You look stunning, Diddy. You look stunning. It looked gorgeous. Right, on that note, I am going to go. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for another Monday Night Live. There will be one next week, but then we're going to have a break. We're going to do it every 2 weeks. All right? Gravy. Thank you. Love you all. And I will see you very, very soon. Have it larger.